Olá, meus amores! Antes de tudo, gratidão por você estar presente para mais um conteúdo. Eu estou passando aqui rapidinho para lembrar de curtir agora esse vídeo, se inscrever no canal, ativar o sininho para não perder nenhum vídeo incrível que trazemos aqui para você. Combinado? Agora, apertem os cintos, entre na nave estelar e bora pra aventura!
Hi to everyone. I am reporting today about a visit I was just having last night on the Excelsior. We are today, the 2nd of April, 2023. Last night I was invited to be beamed up on board the Excelsior. So when we say Excelsior, it's the name, the Earth name, the personnel from Solar Warden gave to one of the battleships of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. This battleship is in our solar system, in orbit of Earth since the 1940s. It has no name, it has just a number, which is, you would say, like a barcode key. But the name Excelsior is only used by the Earthlings. I want to precise this because the Star Nations do not give names to their ship, which is a very Earth thing to do. I was beamed on board last night to meet with High Counselor Anax from the Council of Five. Anax is a very old friend of mine, and all those who follow my information know about Anax. Anax is an Agaroth from the planet Mesa, which is Daria in his language. We name it Mesa to just locate it on the map. It's when you look at the Orion constellation in the night sky, it's on the top right there, three little stars, it's the middle one. The Agaroth are a people that has migrated from Al-Nilam, which is the middle star in the Orion belt, visible from Earth. Al-Nilam is named in their language Zagara. And Zagara 1 is the planet where Anax took me once. It's written in The Cedars, my last book. I describe it, I have pictures of it. He brought me to show me the buildings of the Council of Five. Incredible, the whole story is in my book, The Cedars, but that's not the point I want to come about. Anax is a counselor, is one of the 5 representatives for the cultures making the Council of Five. The Almanuk founded the Council of Five, and the Council of Five was 9 at the time before the Orion Wars. And when the Orion Wars started, the Council lost culture members and became 5. The Council of Five, which was at the start the Council of 9, was founded by the Almanuk from constellation Grus, Gliese 832 star in the nomenclature of Earth. The Council of Five was 9 at the start and lost members as the Orion Wars unfolded and lasted for a long time. And it became 5 only member cultures for a long while until now. The 5 member cultures have been the Agaroth, Al-Nilam, or the species Anax is from, belongs to. The Orella from Ophiuchus constellation, the Redan, indigenous to Orion, the Ginvo from Procyon, and the Emerther to Seti. While all these cultures are not from the Orion zone, except for the Agaroth and the Redan, because it's a council of higher cultures. It's the equivalent of the Andromeda Council that also gathers cultures from all over the galaxy. It's only based, the Council of Five is only based in Orion Zone on Zagara 1, the planet of Al-Nilam. Well, Anax, I hadn't seen him for so long. And he confirmed to me that the Almanuk have been accepted to come back into the Council of Five, which is shifting officially in the Council of Six. It's very interesting regarding the universal perspective. When you step back a little bit, well, look at this, the balance of the universe. The Orion Zone was the core center of the creation of the nefarious Alliance of the Six during the Orion Wars. Alliance of the Six that has been dismantled very recently since the Nebu Queen died. Queen is dead, long live freedom. The Orion Alliance of the Six was created by the Nebu. Nebu are the compound of all the tall grays from the Orion Zone that had collided together into a superhive in the M42 Nebula. The head of them was the Eban. They started everything. They started the Nebu by colliding together all the planetary hives of all the tall grays of the Orion Zone. I said all the tall grays because there's no small grays in the Orion Zone. Small grays, you find them in other star systems. It's the different species of grays. It's mainly in Zeta Reticuli and Cygnus. Other places as well, but Cygnus and Zeta Reticuli, we know them because they are very nefarious in there, and they have allied with the Nebu. The Nebu created the Alliance of the Six, which was an interest alliance of trade, of commerce, of interest, and of war. If they allied together in common interest, although some of them, like the Sicars and the Nebu, were not they're competitors, well, they would gain to share territories and resources. The Alliance of the Six, the nefarious alliances of the Six created by the Betelgeuse Ebans, were the Eban, the Mitra from Andromeda Galaxy, the Solipsirae from Cygnus, the Zeta Reticuli small grays Xorog from Zeta Reticuli, the Keely Tokert from Vela, and nonetheless, the Sicar, the Sicar Empire. This is dismantled. The Sicars now have no interest to ally with losers. Well, even with non-existent losers anymore, because the Nebu is a name that is now history. Anax updated me on all of this last night. So what happened? I met Anax in the Egaroth part of the ship we call on Earth Excelsior. This battleship has different quarters, different compartments where different species can come and live in their own habitat, the conditions of life, of pressure, of atmosphere. So when I visit the Egaroth place on the Excelsior, it's smelling ozone and it's a bit lighter. Brighter in light and lighter in density. Always density belts. Well, Thoran was there, and I hugged my dear Anax. He's very tall, slender and tall, and he had his brown spacesuit with his black belt, and he had his the golden cape on his shoulders. He was magnificent with his big indigo eyes. Oh, feel the love. So, as we walked through the corridors of the Egaroth section of the Excelsior, Anax told me, gave me the heads up. The Orion Council of 5 going into 6 is, yes, that's the point that I want to make. The Alliance of the 6 is dismantled, has been dismantled, and now we have the Council of the 6, which is a positive council in the Orion zone. Interesting how the balance shifts always symmetrically. When something vanishes, something else appears as a universal balance. And it's interesting. The Council of Zone 6 is taking care of protecting the balance in the Orion zone. Means that now that the super hive queen has been dissolved, all the Greys are naturally coming back to their planetary hives, their original planetary hives, and their queen consciousness, planetary queens, are waking up from a bad dream. What is a planetary queen, you may ask? It's the consciousness of a planet. For Earth, you call it Gaia. It's not a hive queen, although some species on Earth, such as ants, bees, have their own queens, but these queens relate to the core of Gaia spirit. So every planetary consciousness can be a potential queen for a hive that they plug into. That's something interesting that we can keep in mind. So it's not regarding the formation of a hive, is not regarding a planetary structure of consciousness, but a species. On a planet, you have species, can have species like the ants on Earth that are hive consciousness plugged to their planetary matrix, and others like humans who are not. Humans are not hive consciousness anywhere in the universe. It's a species characteristic. The planetary hives in the Orion zone are reforming. That means that all the Greys belonging to a certain planet are reconnecting with their own planetary soul, queen, as they call it. It is beautiful because it's a rebirth for all of them. So the Orion Council of 5, now 6 nearly, with the help of Enki's faction of Anunnaki and the Galactic Federation of Worlds, have been taken care of these planetary hives reforming correctly, in balance with the universe, that no intrusive negative elements would again entice them to do it all over again. And actually, all the Orion hives, planetary hives, have reformed. They are all under control still for the moment of the Council of 5, but the Council of 5 doesn't have an army. It's a council. It's like a council of Jedi. So the Galactic Federation of Worlds is providing the armed forces, the fleets, the ships, the material, the personnel to take care of each planet until they are sure it's safe and they can leave them of their own development. It's nearly done. I asked Hanas, how are you dealing with all the thugs organization who want to come into the place after the Nebu have left? A void attracts. Well, Anax replied that it's all under control. I said, how are you doing that? Say the galactic version, of course. There's a lot of personnel there. And Thorhan is also very busy because he's going way and back reporting. Anax was visiting the Excelsior because he was reporting to the logistic of this battle station and with Ardana and the Council of the Excelsior. It's not the council, it's the high command circle. As we walked towards a part in this Egeroth section of the Excelsior, we were keeping on talking, and suddenly there was a hole with different levels, and in the middle there was a huge sphere. That's how they keep their maps, as spheres, holographic spheres. You find that very, very common on ships and in facilities when they want to work with a map. So these are three-dimensional holographic maps, and this one was the map of this universe. This universe, every universe is a bubble, and every bubble has adjacent other bubbles intricate with it, like just communicating with them, that they can pass into a universe to the other. And this pattern is the pattern that has been represented as the flower of life. These are not circles, these are bubbles, these are universes. And in between the bubbles you have voids, and that's all the voids are quantumly connected in what we call the void, where the 9 plasmic consciousness resides. The map of this universe was magnificent. It was like a sun. So the color was garnet color with orange, yellow, and white. Little dots of blue, like fairy dust. Sorry for the word, that's all that comes to my mind to describe it. And it was amazing. You know how we know now that this part of the universe where our galaxy is part of the Laniakea big structure of clusters of galaxies. Well, that's only a part of it. He showed me. That's there, you see, this little zone. It was so tiny. Imagine, visualize Jupiter, the planet Jupiter in our star system. Well, it's like the big Jupiter stain, red stain, okay, storm stain. It's like the same ratio of our part of the universe to the big bubble. Yes. He wanted to update this to me about the Orion zone, and we spoke about it, we chatted about it. So the balance is coming back into the Orion zone. I also updated Anax on my work on her. And I told him that Thorhan had taken me recently to Luna, Earth, Moon, to show me the making of the medbeds. Anax, of course, knew about this. He listened to me with attention, though, because I told him this. Since I speak about the existence of factories of medbeds in the inside of the moon, since I brought this information in 2021, it was in February 2021, people have started, counterintelligence have started to take the information, to twist it around and say untrue elements that are contradicting the information I first brought. And it's really tiring. And recently, since I brought the information of these medbeds I have seen on the moon, under the moon, a few days ago, unaware humans on Terra have been attacking me for insulting me that I was shown these medbeds under the moon, and I am kind of responsible of all the people dying on Earth of diseases because I didn't make these medbeds accessible for the public. I was quite shocked. And I said to Anax, imagine, I'm bringing them hope. I am shown hope. And I am insulted for that. Anax replied this to me. You are the emissary. You give hope. Some of the Terrans that are against you have been manipulated with fear in their mind. I answer Anax that since the start in 2020, when I started this job of emissary, I always said from the start, do not shoot the emissary, do not shoot the messenger. And I said, they will not, certainly will not understand this, because do not blame them, he said to me. This is the face of frustration, of tiredness, waiting. Frustration makes people say stupid things that they do not really think within their soul. He told me, keep on bringing hope. This is what you came for. And if they attack you for bringing hope, it's all right. It is their journey. It is their path. And they will learn from it because they chose to. So after this conversation with Anax, wise consoler Anax, I became even more motivated to bring you information, to bring you hope when I am shown hope. Anax is always so inspirational. He's a wonderful being, and I am proud to be of his family. Anax is not from my soul group. My soul group is Altian. He is not. But in my genetics, the genetics of this body, I have a little bit of Anax genetic because of something that happened with my grandmother, and that was wonderful. Well, this is how Anax takes care of me, and we have the link. All is done for a purpose. Now, I hope you will enjoy this information, share it, and if you want more details on the information and the work I am bringing for you, please visit my website, elenadanaan.org. You will have everything, a universe of information. So when life seems to you confused, dark, when you do not see the horizon, step back. Step back and think about this bubble universe you are part of, and of the great design of Creator Source. Creator Source. You are a fractal of it. And always think, I am Source. I. Connection. On. Share. Hello.